The thermometer on the wall shows that your sauna is about 50 degrees. You are sitting in a cold sauna on the bottom bench reserved for children. Alright, so I hate to tell you, buddy, but this guy, we all know him, unfortunately, Andrew Tate, is not an American, and therefore they use the Celsius system. And last time I checked, 50 degrees Celsius is decently hot. There are plenty of things to criticize this dude about. I really dislike Andrew Tate. In fact, I would say I hate him. He's a bad person. But this is not a gotcha moment for you, my friend. I'm sorry. He's got you there. The sauna's hot. Hey, jackass. We use MPH in this country. Wheels is an Australian magazine. We use metric measurements. You're on the internet, which is American. Therefore, you can use American, the best measurements. Actually, the World Wide Web was first developed in CERN. I don't blame you for not knowing that. You're apparently an American. Officers kill man with no active warrants at wrong house. No active warrants is an odd, yet intentionally malicious way of saying innocent man. Still beyond me that Americans sometimes will act shocked that Middle Easterners can be Christians. Bro, it was Jesus of Nazareth, not Jesus of Nevada. Last night, I had cereal with milk for the first time. Life-changing. Girl, you lying. You had cereal with milk on April 25th, 2013 and posted it on Instagram. Get exposed, Kylie Jenner. I don't care much for the Jenners or the Kardashians or whatever, but seeing them get exposed as liars, it's a little fun. It's a little silly. Norway is the happiest country in the world. What's the secret? I can't believe that a wealthy country with free healthcare and education, high wages, and a strong middle class and nearly a month paid vacation time by law is happy. Alright, who's moving to Norway with me? Sounds fun. I wouldn't mind being Scandinavian. My friend didn't reply to her man for 2 weeks and told me that you gotta give them time to miss you. And now he's got a new girl. Lumfow. Hey, I don't blame the guy. If my girl ignored me for 2 weeks, I'd be like, oh, she ghosted me. Alright, live and learn. Americans are learning the hard way that being the wealthiest country in the history of the world isn't worth jack if most of the wealth is held by like 5 people. That's true. No one here in America. We're not wealthy. Just like, yeah, 5 people. Wouldn't it be crazy if we all were? Just had a little bit more money and those guys had less money? Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be great? Y'all find it weird if that suddenly every CEO in the world wants to do press about the dangers of remote work and how productive people really want to go back into the office? They lying. No one ever wants to go to the office. Ever. That's what, yeah, I mean, I'm all there for it. This job, I love this job because I can sit at my desk. I don't have to fly to Australia to do my work at their office. I can just do it from my desk. It's great. Lado is being called out for photoshopping the crowd during her Coachella performance. Oh yeah, she definitely did. There's multiple of the same exact thing. That's kind of crazy. Why would you do that? I mean, yeah, if you want to make it fuller, sure, whatever. Still fancy that cup of soup now? Yes, because I'm fully aware that liquids start to solidify when you reduce their temperature, you buffoon. No one will ever stop me from eating tomato soup from a can. I don't care if it's condensed. I'll add some water and I'll heat it up and it'll still taste absolutely delicious. That's not how it works. Let's say you open a trading account with $30. If you're able to compound gains at 5% a day for a year, January, $32.92, February, $91.37, all the way down to November, you have $5,461,645.56. I understand there is only 260 trading days and you might not trade every day. And you also might make a withdrawal, but this is just to put into perspective. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know much about the trade, but this just seems unfeasible. Incorrect, even. Adele says new album will explain her divorce to her young son. Mom, why do I only see dad on weekends? Track 5. Yeah, why can't people be normal and just explain it to their children without having to, be eccentric and write an entire album for their child to listen to? It's silly. People will say, well, what did people do before vaccines, antibiotics, pasteurization? As if that's an argument for going natural. They died, Carol. A lot of people died. Dude pays $10K to meet a girl he follows on OnlyFans. All he got was a hug. 1 month later, that money is funding a trip for her and her actual BF that she had the entire time. I met my top fan for $10K. We're gonna see the world together, babe. One vacay at a time. What did he expect? Bro expected to pay $10K and get his wiener sucked by a girl on OnlyFans? That's not how that works. That's not what you're paying for. If you want to give the girl $10K, that's on you, dude. Don't give a girl $10,000 and expect her to, give you the sloppiest toppy of your entire life. That's not how that works. Some guy on YouTube. You can easily build your own furniture for less than $50. His garage. It's a full-on workshop. What, you don't have a full-on workshop in your garage? Pathetic. Obese is the N-word for plus-size people. Obese, please. I think as someone who is currently obese, I can say that obese and the N-word are not the same thing. Completely different categories. Obese is a medical term. It actually is a medical term versus the N-word is a slur that can only be said by black people. I'm sorry. Like, I have no sympathy for you. On Fox News just now, could aliens have killed these cows? Guys, it's not news, it's entertainment. That's how they get away with saying all this malarkey. I wish they could, I wish we could just get them to take news out of the name, because it's not. Debating free school lunch for low-income kids, North Dakota State Senator Mike Wabma says families are to blame for their hunger. It's really the problem of parents being negligent with their kids if their kids are choosing to eat in the first place. The bill died 23 to 24. How are there people that are against children eating? How are there people who see kids whose parents are struggling with money and can't afford the school lunch system and say, tough like, it's just absurd. Where's the compassion? It's not like people need it to survive or anything. The investors of insulin sold the patent for $1. A vial costs about $5 to make. Yet people with diabetes are dying because drug corporations charge as much as $540 per vial in the United States. That level of greed is criminal. It will end when we are in the White House. Bernie, if it's $540 US, do not buy. I don't understand what the problem is. As someone with a younger sister who is type 1 diabetic, whoever this bottom commenter is, I wish harm upon them. I can't say that on the internet. I don't wish harm upon this person. I wish them to become educated and learn that insulin is not an optional thing. Not an optional thing. You need it to survive. Type 1 diabetics need insulin to survive. Lol, this is supposed to be an ad for Jesus, but it makes Satan seem frickin' rad as hell. Satan doesn't whimper, believe in me. He whispers, believe in yourself. How is this a Jesus ad? Who thought this was a good idea? What, Jesus doesn't want you to believe in yourself? Cringe. But of course we aren't seeing this on the news. Another one. So coincidental. Hey buddy, you just shared a BBC News ad for Texas dairy farm explosion kills 1,800 cows. That's news. It's on the news. You idiot. 8th grade teacher defends herself after getting fired for giving students zeros for not submitting homework. She refuses to let her students off easy for not completing an assignment they were supposed to do and was wrongfully punished for it in the end. A middle school teacher was promptly let go after she was told by school administrators that she failed to follow the school guidelines when it came to grading her students. This teacher got fired because she didn't give credit to students who didn't do the work. Is that what I'm seeing here? Because I mean, like, when I was a student, there were definitely times where I didn't turn in work. I had missing assignments, a lot of them. I was not expecting them to be graded if I didn't turn them in. If I didn't do them, why would I get credit for them? Oh, this teacher found a better job because she deserves better. Most teachers do. Millennials are so helpless that they're taking adulting classes to learn how to do things like sew a button. You had a few typos. I fixed it. Millennials are so motivated, they're taking classes to learn the skills older generations failed to teach them. My class in middle school was the last class to get a home economics course before they took it out of the curriculum. We learned how to cook basic things, like literally like make flatbread pizza and smoothies. And we learned how to sew buttons, and I think we could sew like plushes together and stuff them. And then there was some other third thing that I don't remember. That's how literally not good the class was. But we were the last ones to get it. I don't understand how home ec doesn't exist. Like, we need home ec. We need home ec back. We need something. Adults who still drink milk, are you okay? Unless you're a hungry baby, drinking milk on its own is unsettling behavior. I don't think we should shame people who drink milk as adults. I don't think it's weird. I think you could be drinking something else and it would be better. But like, this is just weird. Like, don't shame people for drinking milk. They're not harming you. You know? Jesus Christ. What the f*** happened to Star Wars? George Lucas must be turning in his grave. Readers added context they thought people might want to know. George Lucas is 78 years old and still alive. I genuinely don't see anything wrong with this. What is wrong with having celebrities in media? Like, sorry that these people didn't get famous because of Star Wars. I'm sorry that Lizzo and Jack Black are in a Star Wars thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Nashville, Tennessee Christian school refused to allow a female student to enter prom because she was wearing a suit. They wouldn't let me in because I'm in a suit. My name is B. Hayes. I'm an 18-year-old and I've been attending Nashville Christian School for 13 years. My senior prom was today and I wasn't allowed in the doors because I was wearing a suit. I should not have to conform to femininity. Oh no, not this again. That word and I have a history. If you're an Ask MK viewer, you might know. I cannot properly say femininity. Oh no. Femininity. femininity to attend my senior prom. I will not compromise who I am to fit in a box. Who are you to tell us what it means to be a woman? David Attenborough, narrator of various documentaries, including Prehistoric Planet and Blue Planet, is very much still alive. As we understand it, Sir David Attenborough died in August of 2014. He wasn't a Christian. May God have mercy on his eternal soul. Do you just like lying on the internet? Are you having fun doing that? You having a great time? Some guy on Instagram is mad that you can vaguely see veins in my boobs. So now we're criticizing women for, checks notes, having a functioning circulatory system. Got it. What do you mean? Women don't have veins, especially in their boobs. That's not real. It's very real. I was being sarcastic. New Zealand cat killing competition for children axed after backlash. Organizers of an annual hunting competition in New Zealand came under fire when they announced an event for children to hunt feral cats. Who thought this was okay? Who thought this was okay? To kill cats, to hunt feral cats, for letting kids hunt feral cats. That's awful. No thank you. When you're an influencer, but you don't know how to use Roman numerals? Huh? What? Oh, the clock. Why is the clock like that? The clock's upside down. That's so funny. If your parent approved of your marriage, but your grandparents and uncles didn't, would you still get married? Might as well ask the postman too if I'm taking everyone's opinion. I care if my significant other's parents don't approve of the marriage, but at the end of the day, marriage is not between them, it's between me and my significant other, and if we want to get married, we'll get married. And then if the in-laws or even my parents want to get toxic about it, we'll deal with it. That's my stance on it. Why are all the world wars called the world wars when it was only a bunch of white countries beefing over who gets to control and fuck the world the most? Why does everything white suddenly become the world? Ah, yes. The world wars were white. Remember the white countries Japan, China, Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Iraq, Brazil, the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Burma, and Ethiopia in the world wars? So white. Yep, that sums it up. I got nothing else to say or add to this. You can blame the country you live in for only teaching you about the white countries. Maybe you should have thought that through some more. Elizabeth Holmes' purchase of a one-way flight to Mexico was a bold move, judge says, in ruling that denied her request to remain free on bail. Great job, Elizabeth Holmes, you idiot. Does this look like an appropriate father or son interaction to you? Parents, make sure your children understand that you love them so they don't grow up to be John Cardillo. I'm not pro-life or pro-choice. I'm pro-education. Teach people about birth control, cycles, and impact a child have, and teach them about the pros and cons of having a baby and an abortion. Either is easy. Let women decide, but at least make it an informed choice. That's pro-choice, dumbass. I mean, it is. Pro-choice does not equal pro-abortion, for those of you who are confused. If a woman wants to have an abortion, she should have an abortion. But there are plenty of other things that come with pro-choice, and it's all like this. Birth control, cycles, children impact, everything like this. It's all part of the pro-choice lifestyle that everyone should be adopting. No one should, in my opinion, no one should be. They call it pro-life. It's not pro-life. It's pro-control of women. While watching an Earth Day video on the Apollo 17 photo, Big Blue Marble, my wife asked, why did they take this photo at night? You're right. They should just wait until the day. Wait for the sun to come up. Oh, wait. Right. An Amazon worker died of a heart attack lying on the floor for 20 minutes before someone spotted him. A couple of days before, he put the wrong product in the wrong bin, and within 2 minutes, management saw it on camera and came down to talk to him about it. What do Amazon managers do? Do they just sit and watch everyone else slave away? They just is it like the FNAF security cameras where they just have cameras on every single person, every single spot, and they just cycle through them? But instead of getting jump scared by animatronics, they go and fire that person if they mess up once. Our elementary school recently had to ask parents to stop delivering restaurant meals via Grubhub and DoorDash to the cafeteria. But yeah, for an elementary school, I wouldn't be doing that. Like, pay for the school lunch thing or pack a lunch. I just don't like. I mean, when you're in high school and you have money for your own, I don't care if you do that. That's your money. But like elementary school, you shouldn't be sending random people to elementary schools. That's just like a safety thing. Homophobes have a peculiar obsession with having babies. Have children just to flex on the gays. Really? Yeah, that's so weird. That's so weird. Gay people can have kids? Like there's more to the LGBTQ plus than just cis women lesbians and cis men gays. There's bisexuals, there's trans people who can still have children. There's plenty of other things all in between. The stigma that gay people can't have children is just so weird. It's silly. Transformers: Rise of the Beasts new official trailer. Why is it that this is a prequel but looks better than all the other Transformers movies that came out before? This looks amazing. This guy thinks that this movie was made before all the other ones. Movies are made in chronological order, but they're not released in chronological order. Didn't you know, kid? Why don't you learn a thing or two? Scammer made over $500,000 selling 5G repellent lotion online. You know the type of people who fell for this scam. I'm just saying. Why do ball earthists deny the existence of water mountains? I'm almost scared to ask, but what's a water mountain? Water mountains are what ships disappear behind in the sea. Ball earthists are just too stupid to recognize or even acknowledge them. So they claim it's evidence of a ball Earth. Do you have any evidence of these water mountains? Have you ever seen a ship disappear? Water mountain. This guy, I think the biggest problem with flat earthers, other than the fact that they're stupid, is that they don't understand the concept of how big the planet actually is. Like, one of their arguments is that the horizon is flat from their view, therefore there's no curve, therefore there's no round Earth. But in reality, they are looking at such a small sliver of the horizon that it looks flat because they're not seeing the whole picture. The farther up they will go, the more they'll be able to see the curve. I just think, like, it's basic stuff and people are just dying of lead poisoning and they're stupid. Twitter is faking signups for its new blue check mark. My Twitter account says I've subscribed to Twitter Blue. I haven't. My Twitter account says I've given a phone number. I haven't. Thanks, Stephen King, for clarifying. Dallas police refused to open a case for a child who went missing after using the restroom at a Mavericks game, citing Texas code dictating missing juveniles are investigated as runaways unless there are circumstances which appear. If your daughter is kidnapped in Texas, tell the police you're reporting her for seeking an abortion. Perhaps they will take it seriously if they think the life of an embryo is in danger. Texas, I wish that I could like you. I mean, the state is very pretty for the most part. Austin's a really nice place, but the people you got running the state are just so embarrassing. Remember when everyone knew pro wrestling was fake and they finally admitted it and the fans didn't care and continued to watch anyway? We're almost there with politics and the media. How anti-immigration policies are leading prisons to lease convicts as field laborers. This is called slavery. You lease property, not people, and when people are property, they're slaves. That's disgusting. That's terrible. Parents demand this NJ art teacher should be fired because her curves are a distraction. Why? To who? The kids? It looks like they're an elementary school art teacher. The kids aren't gonna know anything about that. They'll probably giggle and be like, her butt's big. Like, that's so ridiculous. Taylor Swift is concerned about climate change. Fun fact, her private jet emits more carbon in a single trip than your car in your entire lifetime. That private jet has flown over 200 times in the past year. If I remember correctly, wasn't this debunked? I think it was. Okay, I just looked it up. Technically, it wasn't debunked. It's just that all of the flights that were on Taylor Swift's private jet were not all just Taylor Swift. According to Taylor Swift's agent, based on an article of the LA Times last year in July, that Taylor's jet is loaned out regularly to other individuals. So while all of those flights did happen on Taylor's jet and they did emit all of those carbon emissions, it wasn't all Taylor. So benefit of the doubt, I guess? I don't know. How did she move where her hair was growing from? New favorite tweet from a man. This just in. Men don't know how parting your hair works. You do know it grows back, right? Looks like somebody wants their stolen coat back. Wool is for sheep, not for people. PETA, you kill pets. You kill an unfathomable amount of animals a year. So I don't want to hear it. The sheep's coat will grow back. Imagine someone failing their class because of this reliable ChatGPT detector. TA here, and we have used this website to detect AI writing with students. So I decided to check the US Constitution and so they pasted the entire US Constitution and 92.26 of it is detected as AI. Well, it's good to know that the AI thing doesn't work. If you're an adult whose rent is less than $4,000 a month, you're still a child. Imagine being an adult paying $4K in rent and not a mortgage. Why are we shaming people? Like, okay, who's gonna pay $4,000 a month for rent? I don't even make $4,000 a month. So, I mean, I turned 25 in less than a month. My birthday's on August 11th, for those of you who care. And so I'm still a child at 25. Well, that's great. That's awesome. Thanks. A YouTuber was making a prank video in a Virginia mall, and he said the prankee took it badly and shot himself. So the prankee I mean, it's Virginia. It's the South. They probably have open carry laws. Okay. Well, that sucks. That's terrible. That's not good. No, God. Straight out of fantasy. Before I got off the plane at Munich, I asked the air steward if I can have a word with the pilot. He gave me a knowing smile and took me to the cockpit. Here's the conversation. Me, flying over the distance we've flown at the speed we've flown at, as the pilot, you'd have to dip the nose of the plane at regular intervals to allow for the curvature of the earth. Do you do that? No, I don't. So you just lie straight. No nose dipping at all? Correct. So does that mean you're flying over a flat surface then? Yes. So there's no curvature? No curvature. So if there's no curvature, that means the earth is not a sphere. Correct. It's flat. Knowing smiles all around. And the plane clapped. The plane itself clapped because that definitely happened. What is this? Tumblr in 2013? Holy shit, dude. None of that happened. 20 years of lovemaking and a purchased child. How is the diplomat not able to find the truth out? Chinese spy Shi Pei-pu masqueraded as a woman and used a 20-year-long sexual affair with a French diplomat to steal intelligence. He even purchased the child and convinced the diplomat it was his. What? Huh? I'm lost. 34 ways your girlfriend is micro-cheating and totally getting away with it. Addressing a man by his name unexpectedly. Example, hey Doug, instead of just hey. Which breed a strangely powerful sense of intimacy. Are straight people okay? They just want to be, you know, they just want to be oppressed. They want to find something wrong. They want to ruin their perfectly good lives. Micro cheating is not a thing. It's so stupid. Twitter accidentally verified a parody account as an official business account belonging to Disney. No freaking way. This isn't actually real, right? Someone freaking pinch me or something. They got the golden check mark. That's crazy. I don't know why, but I love your name. It's super unique. I need 5.5 inches or more. Longer does not get you any more points, as you will hit my pelvis at 5.5. Need pic of with measurements, with paper, with your name next to it or your face. Once verified, let's do video call right after to confirm you are not catfish. I get 500 likes every day. If you don't agree with this, move on. I could care less. Sorry, I only break out the yardstick for 750 plus likes a day or more. Wait, I mean, at least she's not one of those people who are like, I only mess with tongue. If your isn't 8+ inches, I'm not interested. Like, good for you, I guess. But this is weird. Nonetheless, it's weird. Maybe not the best choice of superhero to use for this toy. Oh yes, a Daredevil car. Well, he can drive. He's got the senses, I think. Wait, so Kylie Jenner's makeup artist got into a car accident and needed $60K for emergency brain surgery, and she asked her fan to donate and then only donated $5,000 when she's a literal billionaire? The wrong people have money. Kylie Jenner can't spare $60,000 to save the life of her makeup artist? That's disgusting.